But before I go too much further, I do, as I said, I want to actually do that linkage between being golf fit and how that actually translates into better performance in the office. So, what are your thoughts? What happens post a round of golf that really helps executives with how they work back in the office?
So if you look at the aspects of what you do in a round of golf, you're going to be working very hard on sort of your level of endurance. You know, it's a four can sometimes go up to 5 hours
Mm,
of for a round. Now that's not just physical, that is mental as well. We all know that in the sport of golf, very much the best players are the ones that have got the best thing up here.
mm,
It
mm.
they can all play the shots, they can all draw the ball, they can all fade the ball, but when it matters, you know, can they keep their mental focus?
Mm.
So I'm sure it's something that obviously you know, very, very knowledgeable about, but the mental and physical endurance that is required in a round of golf is massive, you know. Um, and again, with the people that you work with, they're going to spend long times of the day doing exactly the same sorts of things,
Yeah,
doing tasks that require a hell of a lot of mental stimulation,
yeah,
maybe not as much physical,
yeah,
but physical health can improve mental health.
yeah,
We all know that now, and it's a very common knowledge. So the fitter you are, the more likely you are, the better to perform mentally. Basically,
yeah,
is the
yeah,
so if you are playing golf regularly,
yeah,
there's a linear correlation to improving, you know, your work output as well.
yeah,
Um, that's just looking at the endurance side of things.
yeah.
I would say that the other aspects of fitness for golf, we're looking at sort of like strength, power. There's also, you know, flexibility, stability, mobility as well.
Mm,
Now,
mm,
strength and power, yeah, you're not going to use them much when you're sat at a desk. I
mm,
understand that.
mm.
However, flexibility and mobility, 100% will.
Yeah,
Um, there's a lot of issues with people who spend a lot of time at desk for injuries to backs, weak core, issues with hamstrings. The list goes on. So if you are physically prepared to play golf, and to do that, you need to do mobility, flexibility work.
mm.
That will obviously transition to a better lifestyle for you with your work as well.
Yeah, and I totally agree with that. And I think that the thing is that, for people who are, sitting in front of a computer for the best part of a whole day, and not being mobile, they are really, setting themselves up for a whole heap of hurt down the track, right? Even for myself, the thing is that when I actually have a routine where, you know, I I I I remind myself to actually get up, go get a glass of water. I actually do some chipping practice, would you believe it, Craig? I've got these little plastic balls that I actually chip into this little bucket, and I use that as a primer, what we call a primer, that helps me get into the right state of mind in order for me to go into my next tranche of work that I need to do. So that mental aspect that you talk about is so important in terms of the little things that we do to make sure that we get into the right headspace. But you're so correct in terms of the physical side of things is important as well. I've noticed that in terms of, how the physical body actually does either contribute to positive performance at work, or potentially negative performance if you're not in the right physical health, right?